Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. And today I have for you a 1 vs 1 on Industrial Riverbed. Yes, indeed, we will be taking a trip to Holland, a bit away, you know, from Normandy and all that. And of course, it rather fits nicely in it with all the windmills and such. Shot up planes, and of course, other stuff that is wrecked utterly. Most exciting, and of course, who shall be fighting on right here in the eastern corner? We are seeing LtLevit, yes indeed, LtLevit of the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau, which was one of the sort of major formations, composed largely of, well, whatever was to spare. That means Kriegsmarine, security units which were formed, training personnel, all that sorts, including some from an SS officer school. Opposing him shall be Gaurav 252, apparently of the Americans. What they were doing there, of course, this is sort of more an alternate timeline, I suppose we could call it. So of course he's fighting there, possibly for the bloody hell, what do I know? 4th Infantry Division. Oh, let's be a bit daring, let's say 5th. And there we go. And of course there's going to be a bit of a long game, so of course again sort of no mid-game analysis. I'll try to sort of keep things a bit smoothing again. You know, 50 minutes is sort of the max I'd prefer, really much, and also again try to keep it below that. It's a bit of a matter of smoothness, and of course Windows Movie Mac actually deciding to work with it, which it doesn't always quite. So it's a matter of expediency, of course, as opposed, plus of course also the simple fact it's I might end up also otherwise having to do always with it, and of course in some cases having to redo the cast. Anyways, we're seeing a Wehrmacht quarters up, dual pioneers on that. First unit, Volksgrenadier team, bags up here for Gaurav. 2 engineers from as well, sort of heading out here and there. And of course the Holland fighting a bit time since we had that. Of course, and the sort of major fighting in there was partly composed, at least for a larger time, composed of different Kamfpgruppen, sort of mixed up from whatever could be used. Some cases, for example, at the front as the 30th Corps was breaking in, the Kamfpgruppen were composed of the sort of, the Fallschirmjäger army, the first one, I believe it was called, under General von Student, I believe, Kurt Student, one of the major airborne generals of the Germans, the Fallschirmjäger. Of course, it was more of a Fallschirmjäger name than actual Fallschirmjäger, mostly, you know, troops barely trained, equipped, some of them were good, others not quite as much, and then basically reinforced with whatever could be dredged up. So of course that's a bit there. Of course later armored formations would be added, but in the beginning there were not exactly a lot of things. There might have been some Sturmgeschütz, a few Jagdpanzers here and there, sort of that, mostly stuff belonging to the 9th and 10th SS, which had been sent there to sort of get ready before being sent back to Germany for sort of getting refitted. And we are seeing riflemen heading towards the center, rather bold move, going perhaps straight for the cutoff point there. Volksgrenadiers are nearby though, and yes indeed they could be, and just at the security booth the Volksgrenadiers get ready to stop them. They do not have the proper passports and so must be shot. Probably doesn't help that they're Americans too, probably would never helped. And no, he actually moves away, and now the Americans sneak in, those bastards. But then again, poor security duty right here by the Volksgrenadiers again, you know. You always check to see if they come back. And we are, a Jeep. Gaurav is going for a bit of disruption, of course, a bit of early harassment. Of course, the Jeep can also be used for a nice bit of support if you know how to use it, but really quite aggressive. Little Gaurav is quite the aggressor. There we go, Volksgrenadiers coming under fire. Could easily, in this case, of course, be representing some security troops, or Kriegsmarine, Luftwaffe, whatever. And we are seeing some Volksgrenadiers sneaking up behind. But let's just say in this case they are security troops. And Jeep opening up, Volksgrenadier riflemen getting suppressed, but the MG bunker, they got a bit too close. They got a bit too greedy, and the MG bunker told them no. Take your hands and rifles elsewhere. Jeep forced away by quick action by the Volksgrenadiers, only one down there. Slightly larger losses for Gaurav, so this was clearly not first. Of course, at the same time, though, he did manage to disrupt the flow of resources and even cutting them off there. Oh, Gaurav, you cheeky devil, you. In the meanwhile, we are seeing engagement right here by pioneers and engineers. Who shall be winning this one? Looks like the pioneers are. There we go, engineers taking heavy losses. Oh, Gaurav, not quite as cheeky now, are we? Taking the heavier losses. The pioneers blasting away with the MP40s, the machine pistol 40. Pioneers moving in from the north, riflemen sort of, Jeep sort of getting put together, Volksgrenadiers quickly moving in. And we are seeing further Volksgrenadiers. It's a pretty Volksgrenadier heavy start from LtLevit. Perhaps he couldn't get any MGs. Will he be getting... He's actually getting 4 Volksgrenadier teams now, that's a bit of the more unusual start, certainly. But again, I mean, we're not going to completely discount, of course, if Gaurav goes for the BAR. He might be considered what some might call could be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't handle it properly, of course. So that can actually end up nastily. At the same time, though, he also has to be prepared, of course, for Gaurav going for the M8. So rather has to not push any out further units, I think, besides that, until he has a better idea of what's going on. Jeep in a bit of trouble. Volkswagen is moving in, hunting it down. Jeep caught for speeding. The penalty, shooting. But then again, that's rather the penalty for a lot of crimes committed by American troops on German soil. Well, sort of German soil. Keep moving in, and there we are, a bit of engagement right here, and we are seeing no Volkswagen is actually to support them. This is going to be a pretty nasty short one. Volkswagen need to get away. We are seeing a bit of negative cover, but they're too short in it. Rückzug, Männer, Rückzug. Come on. Do I need to speak English to you, LtLevit? Come on, move. There we go. And no, wait, there we go. Volkswagen reinforcements. He held out somehow boldly. He actually did it. My goodness. Never mind then. Oh, bugger me. It could in fact... Yes, Gaurav lost an infantry team already. All through the start actions right there. In that case, I'm actually wrong. So, yeah, I suppose that makes me look a bit silly then, doesn't it? Damn it. Never mind. You'll have the honor of watching that. Of course, rather than going in here, these Volkswagen could... Yeah, they don't have a nice big car to hold them up. They don't have pioneers to support them. They're in fact down to 3 men and wooden crates, while a bit protective doesn't exactly count as being bulletproof. At least not uncommon if you... There we go. Barely a sliver of health left. Come on, Levit. Don't throw away the advantage you have. Another Jeep moving in for the hunt. So far repaired. 1 kill. Oh dear, another Volkswagen. Another. Oh dear, it could be. Gaurav is going in to equalize, to get vengeance, to avenge his comrades of Squad B, I suppose. Could have been his best friend that was there. No, Johnny, you were my best friend, despite being only a bunch of pixels. And we are seeing Y going up here. Volkswagen is now deciding to move away. And we are seeing a Kamfpgruppe center from LtLevit. He's... At the same time, though, we are seeing a trio sent out for Gaurav, so it could be equalizing itself in the long run. Although it is a bit bold, of course, at the same time, it could be something born of necessity due to the heavy losses constituted upon the forces of the 5th Infantry Division. As the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau forces keep pushing onwards, now with a bit of veterancy, being sort of taught the ropes, perhaps from instructors from the SS Unteroffiziersschule Arnhem or something like that. No, Junkerschule, I believe it was called. It was basically an NCO school officers thing. And Rifle now calling them. Oh, Volkswagen taking heavy losses. Keep moving in from the north, and we are floating a bit of resource here. Oh, Levit, Lieutenant. Bad move there. Volkswagen's pioneers moving in. Engineers moving in from the west. Oh dear, Volkswagen's out in the middle of the open in negative cover. Of course, it water protects from flames, but you know, not from gunfire. And he's laying down a bunker in the middle of everything, while in the front of the enemy. I mean, not for me to point out his errors right here, of course. Well, I suppose I should be, but you know, you don't place a bunker right down like that, and also, you know, you try to keep them a bit secret, not, at least if he's going to get a medic bunker, of course, and I think he might be, you know. Again, then this sort of idea is, you know, you don't place them out where he can see it right away, and of course making it a nice artillery target. Never mind, he's not only placing it in the middle of the exact map, he's also placing it in the middle of the damn road. Oh, Levit, and you looked so brave right there, and then you threw it away. Quite a bit of munitions being floated around, though. And we are now seeing the supplier going up for Gaurav. He is going for the armored cars. He is going to run down those krauts with some greyhounds. Volkswagen is moving about, some a bit wounded, and he's leaving his bunker undefended. Of course, if Gaurav was the incredibly courageous, bold, daring type with lots of demolition charges, he might actually just try to storm this point and then demo charge this place and sort it out. Engineers taking quite some losses, gun down. Volkswagen is moving in, veterancy 2. Quite a bit of resources being expended, and that, of course, again, question is, will he be able to get something to counter an M8 in case that appears? Volkswagen is taking up position here, spotting a Jeep, opening up. Teaching that Jeep how to be Jeepy, and Volkswagen is hunting it down. Oh dear, these pioneers are a bit in trouble though. Will the Jeep get the kill, or will the Jeep for that matter make it out of there alive? Quite a bit of munitions being floated around here by Levit. Oh dear, Gaurav might finally be losing his Jeep. Oh no, there we go. Rest in, well, here and there. And a nice little bonfire there. Could be skirmishes. Folks going to counter-attack in the north. Motor pool on the way for Gaurav. He's certainly pushing it here, of course. Although at the same time he's running into a bit of problem out of the more veteran security troops having been instructed a bit better. And having been getting some propaganda pamphlets. No, never mind. He's using a bit of an old strategy we don't see used often anymore. But, you know, it still happens. Basically, he's calling in his Sturmtruppen. Well, in this case, it's probably some of those SS troops. Sent in from either the officer school or NCO school, I suppose. They could still, you know, they were usually Eastern Front veterans. Or was it just a regular school? Oh dear, I can't remember. Well, regular, apart from SS training school, never mind. But still, fighting troops. Oh, well, we'll just imagine they're from the 10th SS. Yeah, let's dig at that. 10th SS Panzergrenadiers could be moving in, but they're not. And interesting enough, he's not actually getting Panzerschrecks for them. That usually tends to be what you go for in those cases. You know, I mean, you get Stormtroopers in, equip them with Panzerschrecks, and then you have a slight anti-tank acid right there. But he doesn't seem to be quite keen on that. Instead, they're just standing around, looking grim, looking determined, looking awesome, but, you know, not looking at where they're actually supposed to be fighting. Flamethrowers coming in, Volksgrenadiers forced away. Mines going down there, but not really the best timing. Volksgrenadiers here against the Rifleman. Rifleman in a bit of a nasty position, taking quite some losses. The security troops of the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau proving to be quite the threat. Bit of a push here by Gaurav, and his flamethrowers. Things are not really looking nice and dandy for Gaurav. He's taking quite a beating. In fact, let's go have a look at Gaurav, and of course Blitzkrieg for LtLevit. Nothing for Gaurav. Pioneers getting shot. Engineers moving in with some fire. Yes, indeed. Burn those crowds out of their holes. He's hoping to set off the mine, perhaps. Yes, indeed. And there we go. Volksgrenadier. No. Yes, Volksgrenadier down. Lots of fire on those Volksgrenadiers. Or security troops, I suppose, again. Burning them. Burning them. Yes. Cook those krauts. Make them cooked krauts. You know, I don't know. Stormtroopers now cloaking up. Not entirely sure why that. Oh, well. More mines, this is good. Actually, now we're actually seeing some mines, we're seeing some points being taken. We are seeing, yes, the first M8. Armored skirts ready, this is good. Volksgrenadiers under fire. And now the M8 surprise. Greyhound unleashed, pouncing upon them. And the Volksgrenadiers pulling away, not realizing they have a huge stack of munitions ready. And the M8 hits a mine. That was not quite as well, but in a surprise twist, it doesn't actually suffer any engine damage, meaning he can actually swiftly get away. Stormtrooper still cloaked around, but now he actually has the Panzerschrecks moving in. Medics pulling in the wounded Volksgrenadiers, possibly Pioneers. Moving up here, covering each other. This is good. Could be laying down some barbed wire to make things a bit harder for those armies, you know. Just enough, this part has not been retaken. And now we are in fact seeing the Kriegbergs coming up for LtLevit. Although that is a bit more unusual. I mean, usually if you go for this sort of thing here with Stormtroopers and Panzerschrecks, usually also head sort of towards the 3rd tier, but you know, let's not discount it just because of that. Stormtroopers hiding, realizing there's no point in hiding. There's Stormtroopers, dual Panzerschrecks. Again, he's sort of hoping, but now he's going for the Kriegbergs. I mean, in this case, it just seems like a bit of a waste, and of course, it actually minimizes the combat ability of the Stormtrooper team. You know, in this case, I mean, just get one Panzerschreck and then, of course, equip them with an assault rifle or something like that later on. And, of course, you know, lots of Volksgrenadiers. How about using some of all those nice and dandy Panzerfausts? Rifling it into the building here, opening up on all troops here. Further rifle moving in, no BARs as of yet for Gaurav. He is getting a weapon support center. He's not using it for anything at the moment. Looking a bit grim. M8 getting repaired. Quickly, swiftly, rifle forced out. Too much fire, too much Panzerschreck, too much Wehrmacht glory. Strong position here, or at least a defensive position here. But why? To ensure, of course, they can't stand up right at the sandbags, of course, and of course, sandbags to give them some heavy cover. So good job there. Moving in there, nicely done. M8 moving in, Panzerschrecks flying, but they can't seem to connect.
Crowds have cut forward supply.
A grenade, or of course, 2 flamethrower teams could be useful here, but. Or of course, there, you know, right in the middle of... Oh dear, he's actually gunning him, MG42. Yes, come closer, Red Cross. Never mind. Engineers got suppressed. Too late there, of course, demo charge early on. Could have sorted that business out there right away. M8 blasting away with 50 caliber and 37mm gun. Panzer can't just seem to hit. Rifleman taking losses. False gun is going down, and again, note the 50 caliber on that gun, or that M8 is actually pretty damn good. Do not underestimate it. You can easily end up suppressed or dead. M8 pulling away. Oh dear, and there we go. Panzerfaust. Surprise, knocking out the gunner. He didn't quite expect that. Panzer X could be knocking out. Will the M8 make it? Those stormtroopers really must not be very good shots. Anyways, there we go. Pak 38 taking up the center position. Gaurav, though, pushing up. He's not giving up. He's fighting on. He's got a sniper. Sniper's not doing anything. Might be an idea to use him, you know, perhaps in conjunction with your main push right here in the center. Engineers moving in to secure that. A heavy machine gun could also be useful, or perhaps a mortar at this stage. And of course, again, he could do that right here with the center. Mortar smoke, rush in with the flamethrowers, sort that business out right away. I mean, mortar smoke is not a bad idea, and no, he's instead getting more riflemen. That's also feasible. Rifleman forced away here. Sniper rather realizing he's on his own. That's not a good idea. Rarely. And we are seeing some riflemen just charging in, completely unsupported. Gaurav, come on, Gaurav. Be my friend, Gaurav. Sniper opening up without support again. He could be rushed by the false gunners, but apparently the false gunners don't quite feel like it. In fact, a full retreat, but that might have something to do with the M8 saving the day. Good job, M8. And now we might be seeing more veterancy. LtLevit here, of course, making perhaps the more common mistake amongst Wehrmacht officers. You know, he's thinking, well, let's get a lot of veterancy for my full scanners, of course, or my other infantry. Can help, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't always quite beat, you know, a good solid panzer. And there we go, Gaurav getting the BAR. Of course, a grenade could also have been useful in charging positions, clearing out stormtroopers, but, you know, BAR also quite good. There we go, veterancy free. Gives a nice health boost for all troops, makes them much tougher. Don't know what it could be. Propaganda, perhaps combined with a good solid German meal. Something else, MGs. Now he's actually getting quite a few MGs. I'm not entirely sure of that. But of course, it's perhaps not an entirely bad idea. You know, first securing territory and then moving up to consolidate it with machine guns. But Gaurav really needs something to push through here. Of course, he's soon getting the BARs. Of course, that might help. And there we go. The BAR Browning automatic rifleman down, though. What will the riflemen do? They open up on the false gun here. It's tougher than ever. And we are seeing a bit of action here. M8 under heavy fire. Sniper opening up on the Pak. There we go. Pak, in fact, cleared out. Could move there. And of course, the sniper could move in. Clear out the MG bunker. Come on. Come on, sniper. They're paying you. Do your bleeding job, mate. Further fighting here. Full scan is forced away by the rifleman, although they take some further losses. Stormtroopers out, negative cover against rifleman with BAR. Even their veterancy free is not going to help. And there we go, full retreat. Bad move. MG opening up. MG gunner getting sniped. Full scan is moving in. Full scan is counter-attacking as well through the center. And there's no damn mortar to support. Oh, bother. And he's floating too much command points at this stage, of course. Again, remember, after 3 points, the rate of, you know, acquisition tends to get a bit slower. I mean, in this case, you know, Rangers could have a nice. Now he's actually getting a half track in to reinforce and all that. Good job, good job. Though where he got it from, I have no idea. Probably from some abandoned place, depot. MG, in fact, cleared out by the sniper. Good move, rifleman moving in. M8 also moving in. In fact, could take. No, mind. No, wait. Come on, make a decision. Make a decision. M8 moving in, opening up on the false grenadiers. Sniper not doing it. Wait, there we go. Actually, yes, sniping. There we go. And recruiting the Pak. Other troops hanging about here. Gaurav could be doing something with them, but he's not quite. M8 pulling out. MG engineer securing here and there. Good. Although again, I think he might have been better off in charging there with the flamethrowers, perhaps, you know, getting off a bit better pressure. But now he is ready to perhaps do something aggressive, surprising, and he is getting a mortar. Hot damn. And now he might also consider getting perhaps a supply and upgrade, perhaps getting something else, an anti-tank gun, before Mr. LtLevit of the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau decides to do otherwise. And of course, there were again a lot of Kampfgruppen of different sorts. a lot were composed of the remainders of the 10th SS which fought there. Quite a few of those. And made laying down Graham mines though. Good. Of course there were the Fallschirmjäger, of course also of the different Luftwaffe troops sort of sent in, and we're not talking Luftwaffe field troops, we're talking basically crewmen who had just given a gun in their hand without any proper training besides that. Basically called Fliegerhorst, the same principle applied to the Kriegsmarine, which were called Schiffstamm. M8 down though, hit a mine and then probably got Panzerschreck or something else, who knows. Or perhaps that Pack 38 did the trick. Quite a few candidates there. Volksgunners versus Riflemen out in the open though. Volksgunners need to take cover if they want to stand a chance. Stu 42 in, apparently called that in from somewhere. Volksgunners taking a bit losses, and of course he is doing a good thing. He's actually sort of targeting them down. There we go, those Stu 42 opening up. Further Volksgunners moving in to replace the ones lost. Mortar rounds flying. Might want to consider targeting the medic bunker as swiftly as possible. And we are seeing an observation post here, so clearly Gaurav has something intended with the munitions. Trouble is, what? Is he going for infantry? Is he going for armor? Is he going for, you know, airborne? That's a bit of a question right here. Half track moving about. Interesting enough, not any crewed guns. Which of course means it's just going to be standing there looking menacing at the mortar. Oh, just you wait. I'll get someone to crew these machine guns and then I'll show you, you Yankee dog. And then the mortar just pulls away. And of course he also breaks the bar wire he himself put up. That's bit silly, but looks like some grenadiers now have been put together. Those could be from the SS officer school there, Arnhem. Of course, also including amongst the troops that fought there was actually a Dutch SS band, or marching band of some sort. One of the less recounted tales, but you know, it happened. Stu 42 moving up. Grenadiers holding the line a bit out in the open though. But there we go, Sturmhaubitze. We'll be seeing anti-tank guns, and again, quite a bit there being floated. Stu 42 opening up. Mortar barely gets away. One man down. BAR rifleman opening up on the Grenadiers. Grenadiers lobbing a grenade into the position. We are into the redoubt. And engineer man down. Sniper open up on the Grenadiers. You cannot survive the sniper certainly. Further fighting here. Volksgunners moving up close. No MP40s, in which case they probably ought to be standing at range. Oh dear. Volksgunner team is in fact down now. Although the rifle now certainly taking quite some losses as well for the veterans. 3 Volksgunners, but now. Oh dear, this is just a massacre of good German troops. And he's also seemingly getting a bit unsure what to do. Need to move out, repairing the bunker though, that is good. Anti-tank gun is ready, 57mm. Actually, time to return to LtLevit, who might be going straight for the Tiger. And there we go, Americans securing what they can here. Medics pulling in the wounded. Gaurav being a conscientious officer and does not decide to shoot the medics. Half-track has in fact been recruited, although with a machine gun. Seems a bit silly. Bit of action right here. Flamethrowers versus... Oh dear, those grenadiers were quickly away. Advances through here. Rifleman moving in, perhaps with sticky bombs. Anti-tank gun. In the wrong position to actually assist. Rifleman barely dodges it. And there we go. Veterancy 1 for the Sturmhaubitze. Now getting Veterancy 2, but he could have gone for the Sturm, and he probably could have gone for the Panzer Command at this stage and probably pulled off the advantage, but he doesn't quite seem to be doing so. MG right there. Sticky bomb on the half-track. Oh dear. Half-track out of control. Into the side of the bridge. Gone. Kaput. A small version of Graebner's attack on the Arnhem Bridge, which, by the way, did not end up very well. You do see bits of it in a bridge too far. Quite a terrible thing. And Rifleman getting suppressed by the MG. More troops moving in here. Mortar a bit too far though. Sniper, there we go. Sniping the gunner. Flamethrower engineers need to get out there before they're shot down with the Volksgrenadiers. Never mind. Gaurav doesn't really seem to have chosen a doctrine. MG out. Or at least away. Oh dear, the Stu 42 hit the mine. It hit the Greyhound mine. It's an easy target. It's a sitting duck with a howitzer. Because when and the stormtroopers ambushed with Panzerschrecks again. That's rather the problem with the dual equipment than with Panzerschrecks. They're not really meant for it. Doesn't quite help. Rifleman getting suppressed, so does the mortar. Again, I have no idea why it quite moved in like that. Seems a bit silly. Stormtroopers moving in, getting sniped. Hoping to get the... No, we didn't see that, I think. Not unless we want to believe that the Sniper is somehow able to bend time and space and basically be able to get the Panzerschreck to avoid him. We did not see, no, not at all. Nothing unusual to see. Stu 42 hiding behind here, this is good. And MG gonna hiding here behind the previously prepared fortifications. Getting sniped though. Not quite what he had anticipated, I wager. But Gaurav quickly needs to move. He's not looking too well, not too dandy. BAR left behind here, but the Volksgrenadiers seem a bit worried by it. They don't quite seem, you know. Could it be booby-trapped, Heinz? No, we're the ones that booby-trap. Well, the Panzerleet with this scorched earth doctrine. Oh, right. Thanks, Jürgen. Anyways, and... Oh, blunder here. Oh dear, can't have you feeling the best, and I believe Gaurav is actually a pretty decent player, certainly above level 10. Sniper moving in to cover, but the anti-tank is a problem. And the Stu 42 does just not have any luck. It seems to choose the path constantly with the mines. Christ. I'm sure they'll have some funny stories to tell if they actually survive. Oh, Heinrich, do you remember all the mines you hit back in... there in Holland? Yes, you stupid bastard. You told me to drive there. Oh. Stormtroopers moving towards the center. These are fresh and of course quite a few munitions. Come on, assault rifles. Sturmgewehr. Come on, men now. In fact, let's speed this up a bit. Sniper opening up. And there we go, double assault rifles. He could also get some Goliaths that will work. Actually, sword facing already. And yeah, that just seems to be a very nasty thing some players seem to do, you know, just spam. Not very nice. MG up there. Volksgrenadiers, a rifleman nearby. This is going to be a bit of a problem for those Volksgrenadiers, even with a nice and dandy new BAR rifle though going down. And there you go, 30 caliber opening up on the Volksgrenadiers. And the Stormtroopers charge in, clearing out the sniper in a daring maneuver. Rifleman could in fact now get cleared out. And American unit is destroyed. Good move there, LtLevit. Despite being only a lieutenant, you're doing quite well.
Yes, comrade. Attention.
Americans have secured the north, actually. Again, LtLevit probably should have been pushing the advantage harder and then try and go for veterancy free, although he might soon have another grenadier team ready. And the half-track is actually ready for Gaurav. He's perhaps hoping for some other mobile attacks himself. Stormtrooper team, having dropped the assault handshake, one of them actually equips a assault rifle. This is good. Causes a bit of trouble for the rifleman up close. And forces them away. 30 caliber versus MG. However, shall Lieutenant LtLevit react to this? Further forces moving down south. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s. Grenadiers with LMGs. Oh, nice and dandy. Of course, the Stormtroopers. This is quite the automatic force. Half-tack moving in. Gets hit by a Panzerschreck, though. And yes, he's hoping for the quad mount. Oh, yeah, right in front of the anti-tank gun, though. Oh, no. And there we go. Bingo. And the half-track is kaput. That was rather short-lived. It went out in a blaze of glory. It shall be forever remembered in the annals of bad timing. And now we go, Gaurav pushing on with a mortar. This could actually work out nicely if he kept up a sustained barrage. Doesn't and misses. But again, I rather seem to feel that LtLevit is getting perhaps, you know, a bit complacent. He's rather thinking, you know, well, I have this. I don't need something fancy like a Stuk or a Panzer IV. Panzer IVs of a sissies, and for those that can actually get them. Damn it. Anyways, the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau people doing well. Of course, these slightly more stout troops with LMGs. Not sure why they got them. In this situation, certainly. Oh dear, the MG gunner could be in a bit of trouble. Oh no, that's bad. Stormtroopers nearby. Finding here, Volksgrenadiers moving forward, getting stopped by the MG. Suppressed. And Stormtroopers charging at them. And there we go, bundle grenade. Okay, Ladnung. Oh, bother. Heavy losses for the Americans, full retreat. Even a Panzerschreck though. And the other Stormtroopers moving in. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s moving in. He's apparently equipped the remainders with MP40s in most cases, although not these with the BAR. Actually, now he's getting it. And, well, never mind. Gaurav has gone for the Pershing, of course. Nope. He probably floated all the command points. Let's just brief Let me just briefly explain why that's a bit pointless. I mean, he probably could have gotten it earlier. Why, you say? Because, again, after 3 points, it actually goes slower. So if he just saved a lot, you know, and again, it's not like his opponent can read his command points or anything like that. It's not like, oh, I know what you're getting, Gaurav, you dirty Yankee. No, it's not. So, I mean, again, you're not fooling anyone except yourself. So just spend the points when you can. Either way, he has a Pershing, and LtLevit is caught with his pants down his legs, because again all he has is a few Panzerix and a Pak 38. He's lacking in panzers and he didn't get any when he could have. Pak 38 though could get off a few flanking shots. In fact, oh yeah, that anti-tank gun from the Americans, stole from the Americans. Oh dear, Gaurav exposing the rear, but the Pak one didn't. The cloak one, there we go, actually hitting, defying the laws of physics, because this is the Wehrmacht. We don't care about that. This is German steel. And we are seeing repairs going on. The Pershing's ass is getting peppered with anti-tank rounds. Engine is damaged. Gunners keep firing for the fatherland. And this could end up being a very short-lived victory for Gaurav. Certainly be a very embarrassing part in his big scrapbook from the Second World War. It's actually time to return to Gaurav, although again we know he's gone armor, we know he's gone for the Pershing, named after the American commander general actually in the field of tanks. There we go, riflemen charging at the Grenadiers. Will they be targeting the ones close? There we go, one down, and grenades being exchanged. Grenadiers getting suppressed though by the BAR fire. Grenadier riflemen though taking also some loss, but these Grenadiers need to get away. With too many riflemen. Despite your best attempts, Fultz guys moving in with MP40s. We'll sort this mess out personally, unless they get sorted out. And a grenade, they dodge it. Rifleman getting absolutely turned to grist, and then the Fultz guys retreat. That's good. And 30 caliber points towards the north home to stop some Fultz guys, exposing its side though. Fultz guys sneaking in with a mix of MP40s and the BAR anti-tank gun firing down. Gaurav getting his precious Pershing repaired. Mines right down there, good. And the 30 caliber is in a bit of trouble, getting hit from all sides. Fultz is charging in and sorting that nonsense out, and then quickly recruiting it. The Wehrmacht needs more machine guns, or at least the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau does. No, they're not going for the cutoff point there. They're not even trying to take the mortar there. That could have been nice. Gaurav again seemingly bleeding a bit. He really needs to push through in some place. He needs to deliver a blow unlike any other. Instead now LtLevit has somehow been able to call upon a Tiger, and he's lost the bunker and gotten a new one. Getting a Greyhound. I fear that might run into some minor problems in the face of a Tiger, and Gaurav certainly should have considered getting a medic station up somewhat earlier. Pershing dealing with some Fultz guys in the north. And the Tiger moving through the muck to deal with this paper panzer. All a bit quiet here. Veteran 2, very nice. Mate moving through here in the ruins in the south. Panzer 6 flying at it. Pershing pulls away. It's Pershing sense rather telling it perhaps there's a Tiger.
We're losing a munitions sector.
And the M8 getting hunted down by the Panzerschreckers, but it tries to get away. In fact, it's laid down a mine. This could be a very nasty thing if the forces of LtLevit actually hits it. But let's speed this up a bit. Doubt anything will be going on here. Well, a small engagement here. Stormtroopers actually getting torn to bits. And then the rifleman forced retreat. M8 tries to salvage things. Still nothing further here. And instead, Veteran 3 for the Tiger. That's only going to make it much more dangerous, that's for sure.
Light mechanized here.
I wonder how Gaurav will pull his way out of this one. Anti-tank gun could use armor-piercing rounds on it. Engineers forced away. The 5th Infantry Division is a bit of trouble. There we go. BA tank Panzer just behind. Let's speed this up. This is a bit of a moment of quiet. Oh yeah, this M8 is a bit of trouble. M8 did not go down. Pershing moves in against the Tiger on its own. Oh no. Panzerfaust and Tiger shots. Not a good thing for the Pershing's breakfast. And there we go. Anti-tank gun, but he doesn't have the armor-piercing rounds ready. Oh no. And he can watch with horror as the Pershing blows into a million bits in front of his eyes. Certainly one of the less exciting bits to watch. Panzerschreck left behind. This is not good. If that gets into the hands of the American stormtroopers, getting absolutely slaughtered. Veterans, the free riflemen. If they get that Panzerschreck, they can be quite a terror to the Tiger. Even tame it, possibly, but no. No such decision. Instead, he charges right now. If he loses those veterans with free riflemen right now, that's going to be very, very painful. Folks going to start charging right into the veterans with free riflemen. Oh dear, they're getting slaughtered, murdered, massacred, killed. And folks going to sneak in, and we are seeing assault, blitzkrieg assault, having fully equipped and then forcing the Americans away. Quickly. Tiger pulled away for repairs, having taken a bit of a beating, a bit of a scratch. And Gaurav hoping for a second Pershing to succeed where the first one failed. Well, that's not always the best thing. And again, LtLevit seems a bit, calmy, sort of. Well, have all these resources, all these veteran troops. Of course, it's rather figure, that veterans isn't everything. M8 opening up on the Volkskrieger. Engineers moving in, sneaking up a Panzerschreck. Of course, that could be the thing that bites LtLevit in the end. Troops getting reinforced. Gaurav still heavily lacking in infantry. In fact, he's making a bit of a blunder here now. And one sense he's trying to get the, the Pershing, but he's, constantly spending resources on something else. That's the less good bit, and... Oh, he lost the M8. Gaurav. You seem so clever right there. And now it's 242, fully armored with skirts and everything moves in on its own. That's not a good idea either. In the great big book of things that could be good to do, this is not one of them. But the engineers somehow end up surrounded. Panzerschreck and then retreat. And the last of Gaurav's infantry moved towards the center, which is a bit of a strong point bunker, although not with guns. Rifle moving against the Stu-42.
Allies are down to 50.
Oh dear, this could get sticky bomb and the Pershing. Oh dear, and there we go, sticky bomb. Probably from the Veteran C3 and the Veteran C2. And there we go. Stu-42 is in what we call problems. Pershing is not the sort of thing you want to be caught up in the front of. But apparently none of them can actually penetrate its bloody frontal armor. There we go. And the anti-tank gun joins in the fun now. Pioneer down. And the mine goes off, damaging the engine. Oh dear, no. Oh, Fraps, no, not now. I'll have you shot. And let's try again, there we go. And let's try again. No, come on, Fraps, pull. Alright, hopefully things have cooled down a bit. Yes, indeed, Fraps. No, yes, no, come on. There we go, come on, yes, forwards. And the Tiger is actually in a bit of a problem now. Armor-piercing rounds, possibly from the anti-tank gun or not, either way. It's taking quite a bit of damage, a bit too much combined fire. For Stormtroopers getting torn to bits by the veteran troop because they attacked on their own. Oh no, Stormtroopers are dead, tot, nicht mehr. Finding here in the north though, and yes, in a lot of trouble. Could this be the kill for the Pershing? Bunker is down, but the Pershing could be down as well. And no armor-piercing rounds, that's a bit of a miss. But moving forwards. Charging out the MG. No attempt to hunt down that Tiger though, although it's only going to be requiring a bit of resource before it's up and going again. Bit of a breakthrough with minimal resources here by Gaurav in the 5th Infantry Division, but somehow they managed to get the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau. Although with quite some heavy losses. Several Pershings down, same Tiger to thank.
Losing ground out there.
Well, these are clearly some very veteran Tiger tankmen now. Although Although they've probably got a bit shaky nerves by now.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Anti-tank gun recruit here by Gaurav. A Pak-38 now stolen from the Wehrmacht. Need to get away, get reinforced, come on. Get some more infantry. Instead he's getting a 30 caliber machine gun, you know. Infantry in this case would be better. You only have 2, you know, teams. That's operating below the minimum. Only 22 victory points left though for Gaurav. This is looking pretty grim. LtLevit floating quite a bit of resources again. Going for the Panzer Commander, calling in more stormtroopers. More Panzer Grenadiers to replace... Oh, he's actually suffered quite some losses as well.
You're losing a second.
Well, that can happen for even the best, you know. Still,
We have 300 points left.
interesting strategy so far executed by LtLevit, although he seems to be certainly losing again. You know, he's certainly more of the experienced ones, but you know, he's sort of lacking that tendency to upfloat resources, get things down. But let us speed this up again. And not a good position for the 30 caliber. It's simply getting stormed. Anti-tank guns exposed as well. Nothing to support them. No infantry. Gaurav, you know. Again, remember the rule of thumb: always 3 infantry as minimum, in particular when you're the Americans. Anti-tank guns sorted out. Tiger on the move. Panzer march. Or Panzer crawl, I suppose in this case the engine is still damaged. Veterancy 3 riflemen holding the line. Apparently the Grenadiers with LMG were lost. Yes, indeed, I actually remember now. The LMG was not dropped behind, though, thankfully for LtLevit. Otherwise, he might be in a lot more trouble with those riflemen that picked that up. Still fighting, though. 3 riflemen left. They need to retreat. This could actually end up badly for them. They go down to 2 men. There we go, retreating. There we go, just a quick drop, I hope. Second anti-tank gun getting sorted out as well. Interestingly enough, he's not getting replacement infantry. That's quite the mistake, I'd say. Instead, he's just calling in another Stu 42, no further infantry. Pioneers getting suppressed. Pershing on the move. 3rd Pershing, that would actually, I suppose, be a small platoon of Pershings or a squadron. That's actually quite a bit. Attack through the center, getting stopped by the 30 caliber now in the hands of the Wehrmacht, suppressing everything in its way, shooting them up in fact. But a grenade getting knocked on the MG for the 30 caliber barely gets away, or does it? Tiger and Stu 42 moving in. Pershing sorting things out here in the south. Get down to 18 points. Gaurav quickly, and again get some infantry. Infantry. I just wish Fraps wouldn't act like this. Let's just speed this up again just quickly. Rifleman taking heavy losses, getting smeared out on the ground. The Pershing doing nothing, sort of patrolling about. Quite unsure what its task in life here is. Only 17 points for Gaurav, but he's still holding on. And looks like a large force is moving through the center. Rifle MG gunners cleared out by the time. Again, no idea why he's keep doing that. Pershing moving in for the German base of all things. Panzer Command almost up. And again, Gaurav is desperately lacking infantry. He said he's getting more units, but he's not getting enough infantry. Pioneers dead. The Pioniers sind tot. Pershing opening up on the 30 caliber, blowing apart bits of the wall to intimidate it, but it doesn't quite work. Although at the same time, firing 30 caliber rounds doesn't quite work on the Pershing either. Bit of a base raid here. Forcing the German armor back most swiftly.
They're hitting our base.
But again, Gaurav really ought to consider getting some infantry. 30 caliber down. Pioneers are hanging about. Pershing just being a bastard. But the Tiger moving in. Veterancy 3 re-up rifle nearby. They could get off a sticky bomb, I suppose. That could be the move. No, they decide otherwise. Perhaps moving in towards the center where the Stu 42 is there. Unawares of what's perhaps going on. Panzer Command almost finished, but not quite. Pioneers moving in to finish it. Pershing making a run for it. A nice repair complex right here. Anti-tank gun moving in. Rifleman getting slaughtered by the Stu 42. Anti-tank gun recruit, but stormtroopers are moving in. Anti-tank gun from the west. Stop it, Gaurav. Rifleman also not looking good. Stu 42 almost down. Fraps. First Grenadier team down in the north. And there we go, Veterans Yvonne for the Pershing, but that only gives it a speed boost. Pioneers, oh, bugger me, absolutely slaughtered. Stormtroopers rather realizing their assault rifles are no use against the Pershing. Will we be seeing armor-piercing rounds here? That could be the thing against the Tiger. Armor-piercing rounds, yes, I think we might actually be seeing those. Stormtroopers trying to sort it out. Pershing is, down again. Not looking good for Gaurav. Barely any units left. Again and again, not enough infantry. Oh, Gaurav, you silly sort. And now getting more stormtroopers though for LtLevit. Barely any forces left. The Kamfpgruppe von Tettau and the forces of the 5th Infantry Division having rather broken each other down as they fight for this nondescript Dutch town. Riflemen trying to move in, but of course barely anything left of them. Need to be careful. Oh, barely just gets away. Engineer team slaughtered as they try to recruit half-track now. Not entirely sure what Gaurav is intending, but let's speed this up. He's charging in, he's hoping to protect the northern victory point. Oh! Almost fully reinforced, of course, cannon force from there. Knocking out the anti-tank gun with the mighty Tiger. 13 points left, things are looking awfully close for Gaurav. Knight's Cross now ready, in fact. And that was just another brief drop by Fraps. Well, let's speed this up again until something happens again. Again, rather long game. Let's keep this in the short as possible.
We are losing territory.
Also, quick note: I will have left some sort of instructions here again in terms of replay sending in, and also my skin packs, which you get a lot of questions. So I hope those instructions will be of use to some, of course. And of course, if not, feel free to write details. Knight's Cross, though, quickly forced away by even the veterans, the 3 riflemen. Oh, the inhumanity, and now the stormtroopers as well forced away. This is not looking good. They're a bit quite surprised about this. And yes, veterans D3 riflemen are the devil's spawn. Do not underestimate veterans D3 riflemen. Do not. They shall be handled with extreme care and prejudice and gunned down on the spot if possible. And stormtroopers will clear out the anti-tank gun. Interesting enough, we can't really see that Tiger doing much. Of course, he's a bit unsure what to do with it. He's trying to defend the only victory point he has. Of course, Gaurav is awfully beaten down, so is he. He still has more of the resources now. In fact, he's getting a Panzer IV. I suspect Gaurav might be going for a Pershing again. Just as guessed. Half-track pulling away, Pershing moving in. And there we go, Panzerkampfwagen 4 pulled in from some group. Tiger moving in against the Pershing, Rifleman going in there, half-track knocked out. Another half-track is down. And that's actually the 4th Pershing. Quite Pershing heavy at that. Panzer IV moving in, a duel here. Anti-tank gun moving in, crewed by engineers. Knight's Cross almost cleared out. Oh dear, all the troops moving in are simply getting murdered by the veterans of Riverbed, particularly because they're moving across negative cover. But now this rifleman actually losing to the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers simply being too much. Oh my goodness, there's a veterans of 3 riflemen who are going to be going down. And the Pershing is absolutely getting hammered. Repair Pioneers doing their best. Pershing pulling away. Americans going in for the northern victory point. Still only 11. Pack 38 opening up. Pershing trying to get away. Not perhaps the best management of resource here in this case by Gaurav. And the Pershing went down. I mean, this is absolutely nuts. This has certainly been quite the slugfest. Barely any points left. Gaurav, can he win this, or will LtLevit pull it out? And there we go again. Come on, Tiger, you can do it for the fatherland. And no, the Pack 38 now in fact hunting it down. Panther now being pulled out. And the riflemen with the Panzerschreck. Oh dear. Although they are getting quite torn up, and we are seeing Blitzkrieg now, increasing the rate of fire by the sticky bomb. Immobilizing the Tiger. Oh dear, the Pack 38 could get it. Riflemen moving towards the center. Having finally trained some riflemen. By Jove, that was about bloody time. Panther standing about doing nothing, so it's the Panzer IV. LtLevit, what are you doing? LtLevit, du Dummkopf. And now the Tiger is under heavy fire. Why isn't he trying to salvage, or at least try to attack through in the center? There we go. Panther moving in. Guns blazing. For glory, for the fatherland.
We have only 50 points in reserve.
Knight's Cross moving in as well. Slaughtering. Oh my goodness, that was a Veterancy 3 rifleman team, and they're just being dropped into the river. And now anti-tank guns being pushed forward. The Tiger pretty much, you know, rendered unusable, because again, it's there. He can't do anything at all. So he's just moving in towards where the fighting actually needed. Pioneers forced away, trying to lay down, no, trying to break through the barbed wire of Gaurav. 30 points left. Knight's Cross trying to secure the victory point. And they do it, but they need to get away. Oh dear, and now, of course, Gaurav moving in, trying to secure again. Panzer counter-attack. Oh wait, he doesn't lose them because he held most of them. Anti-tank guns keeping the Panzers at bay. He's trying to. Riflemen taking heavy fire from the 2 Panzers. What remains of the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau having been reinforced with enough armor. And what else? But it just doesn't pull through. And again. Oh dear, only 10 points left. 8, 6. Oh, never mind. Game over, a loss for the Kamfpgruppe von Tettau despite a strong start, mid and everything else. LtLevit simply just blew it away, you know. He didn't push the advantages he did have. He spent too much on veterancy. I mean, veterancy is good, but again, you know, think about it again. Sometimes you need to get something bigger than just veterancy for your troops. Veterancy in most cases just helps in living longer, not doing more damage. For that, you need bigger stuff. So again, I think that was a bit of a mismanage right there by LtLevit. Although he certainly did bravely, certainly an interesting full-scale tactic strategy. A bit bold, a bit aggressive, and in the end sort of did well. But again, Gaurav pulled through in the end. Although again, no, Gaurav certainly made a few mistakes of his own. No medic stations, poor usage of infantry, not enough really. He's probably could have done better and probably finished this a lot earlier had he got more infantry. And certainly not good usage of Pershings either. Kept sending in on its own versus a Veterancy 3 Tiger. You don't, you support it. And again, he probably could have done with, you know, a few sticky bombs if he had enough riflemen. But again, no. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends. And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.